am somebody who listens to the same song on repeat for days. Everyone around me hates me for it. They end up hating the song because of me. But that's the way that I express myself. Hi Teen Vogue, I'm Madelaine Petsch, and this is the playlist of my life from home. The first song on my list is Habit by Still Woozy. I think I'm such a big fan of Still Woozy and this song in particular because it's like, it kind of marries all my favorite worlds. It's got kind of a hip hop vibe, but it's also got such a good indie alternative vibe, and it's got the best lyrics. I'm really a lyric person. That's what I look for most in music, and I can let you have it. You can be my habit. You can be my woman, right?
I could let you have it. You could be my habit. You could be my woman, right?
You can be my habit. Like, that's just like such a addicting sound, and to hear someone be like, you can be my habit. It is like weirdly the sexiest song, yet it's so my vibe. I'm much more into like the indie alternative music, and it's so happy, and the lyrics are so attractive, and every time I put the song on, no fail, it puts me in the absolute best mood. It's so good. This guy is so talented. Truly my favorite artist. Beaches by Tokyo Police Club. Tokyo Police Club has been one of my favorite bands for a very long time. It's kind of a breakup song and a love song at the same time, and my favorite lyric is, I used to write your name across beaches. And then I think he says later, people write their names across beaches, and it's like kind of the evolution of being with somebody, missing somebody, and then almost being so over it that you don't think about it anymore.
People write their names across beaches.
I finished like this huge cover shoot for me that was like really exciting in a magazine I've always really loved and looked up to. And I was driving away from it, and the song came on, and I was looking at a beach, and I was like, people write their name across beaches. This is the vibe. They never disappoint. This album in particular is so good. It's so good. Love Paranoia by Tame Impala. I feel like everyone and their mother would say Tame Impala is one of their favorite artists at this point. They are so good. And I feel like, again, it kind of marries the worlds of hip-hop and indie and alternative and this really cool amalgamation of sounds. That's what Tame Impala has done so well. That's what Still Woozy has done so well. Yeah, this song is all about like falling in love for the first time and maybe being overly paranoid. I mean, he says, I said it didn't worry me, but it hit me like an arrow. Babe, to know I could just be paranoid. Everyone has felt this way. I've been in that situation where I'm like, does this really matter to you? But then always having those creeping feelings of suspicion and paranoia because you're insecure about maybe losing them or not being good enough or whatever. And I think that's what I love so much about Tame Impala and Kevin, is I feel like he's so raw in his lyrics. You can really relate to them. Like, I very much relate to most of Tame Impala's songs because they're very raw and real. To Me by Alina Baraz. This song is a new one for me. When a song really gets into my soul, it gets in there and it stays in there, and this song did that for me like 2 weeks ago. It's about, I guess, being single and definitely knowing that your past relationship wasn't the right one for you and that like the energy wasn't right, and it's so good. She says, it's been a while since you've heard from me. I stay alone and protect my energies.
It's been a while since you heard from me.
And that's so me, like you're just protecting yourself and taking care of yourself. And it's just like, again, like it's just a song that you turn on and you jam out to. And I turn it up super loud in my car. And obviously we're not really allowed to go anywhere right now in quarantine. So I'll just drive around and listen to that song and let out my feelings. And it's one of those songs where I feel like she looked into my brain and pulled the lyrics out of my brain. And I really resonate with it. It's a really good song. I Don't Miss You At All by Finneas. His solo project is incredible. This song is about him trying to convince himself that he doesn't miss his ex. And it's also so cute. Like when you listen to it, it's kind of like poppy and fun. But then when I actually listened to it the second time and digested the lyrics, in the beginning, he doesn't miss her at all. And then he starts talking about, you know, he doesn't recall her scent. And then he says what the scent is. The one line that I love the most, no sign of stopping, the house isn't far, but I think our song is coming on. And now I want to crash the car. But I won't make that mistake again and fall. So I say I don't miss you at all. And someday I won't miss you at all.
'Cause I don't miss you at all.
And that is just, we all have felt that feeling. Like, I feel like all of the songs that are like my top songs resonate with everyday feelings as a human being who's been in love, and almost try to convince myself that I don't miss them, and then those thoughts creep back in. I'm trying to blur them out and tune them out, but the reality is that I do miss that person. And I think it's so beautifully done. It's like a happy song, but it's so sad. I don't know. It's a really fantastic song. If you haven't heard it, you should check it out after this. Saw You in a Dream by The Japanese House. The Japanese House is another one of my absolute all-time favorite artists. Again, like she misses this person and she saw them in her dream. She tried to keep her eyes closed because she wanted to be there with that person so badly, and then she woke up and she was so sad to not be there with them. And the chorus is, I saw you in a dream, you came to me, you were the sweetest apparition, such a pretty vision. There was no reason, no explanation, the perfect hallucination.
Saw you in a dream, you came to me.
It's all about missing someone and wanting them to be there so badly, and almost them appearing to you in the pure form of what you want them to be and not what they actually are, and almost remembering the best parts of someone and them being there with you. And it kind of makes me cry sometimes, and it kind of makes me happy sometimes to feel that someone else is feeling those feelings as well. And the first time I heard this song, I was on an airplane, and I feel like somehow my Spotify knows how I'm feeling and will play songs to like hit me in the feels, and it just hit me. It's like somebody sees you. It's like that feeling where you feel like you're being heard or you're being seen for the first time, and it really resonated with me in a really beautiful way, and I just got it. And then it became like a song that I'd turn on when I wanted to jam out, and I would like jam out to it, which makes no sense when you hear the song. And then it turned into a song that I wanted to cry to, and now it's a song that I turn on and I smile. There's something about the music that I feel like is on my playlist that I can listen to and feel an amalgamation of emotions during, and that's the kind of music that I love, where it's like I feel like I'm still discovering things about this song a year into listening to it, and I'm still excited to hear it every time it comes on. It just hits ya. It hits ya in the heart. Ruthless by the Marias. Their sound is so pure and the voice is so beautiful. It's definitely one of my favorite sounds I've ever heard. The Marias have a beautiful sound. The lyrics go, hello, it's nice to see you again. Did you miss me? We're meant to be friends, but it feels like a century in my head.
Hello, it's nice to see you again. Did you miss me?
I don't know why all of my songs seem to be like love songs or whatever. As an actor, I really gravitate towards feeling stuff. I really want to feel everything, and all of these songs make me really feel stuff. Comic Sans by Audrey Nuna. Camila Mendes, who's on the show Riverdale with me, we both share like a similar music taste, so we send each other a lot of songs. This song is just really fun, and it's the kind of song that I could see Cami and I haven't seen her since she sent me the song, by the way, so like I'm dying to listen to this song with her. This is one of those songs that I feel like doesn't really fall into a genre. It's like indie rap with like a really like underlying hip hop vibe, and it's got, I've said vibe like 700 times in this interview, but it's very different. I haven't heard a lot of songs like this. I really like this whatever genre it is, I like it.
Freddie, I'm a killer queen, you lather me in kerosene. I think I need a quarantine, cause I'm a walking Halloween.
I think I need a quarantine. I am currently in a quarantine. I mean, this is funny. This is the one song in my playlist that the lyrics don't mean anything to me. It's really just about her and her energy. Like, it gives me such a good energy to put on. This one is definitely like a turn-up song for me. Juicy by Notorious B.I.G. I love this song. Like, this song is my move to LA to me. Like, from Washington to LA, I drove 18 hours when I was 18 years old.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
This song kind of about Biggie's come up and about like how all these people didn't really believe in him, and now like it was a dream and now it is his life, and I kind of can relate to that. When my mom told me that I was moving to LA and I wasn't going to go to college, a lot of the people that I grew up with in my town, they were nasty to my mother for letting me move to LA, which is so stupid, and how dare you judge my mother's choice of parenting. And also a lot of kids thought that I was crazy for moving and thought I wouldn't amount to anything, and almost I think a lot of kids would talk badly about me and say I would never be successful in what I wanted. And this song I kind of turned on to be like, it's all good, baby. You know, here I am. I did it. I followed my dreams, and I'm very happy about it, and there's no hatred towards those people, but it's a song that I listen to where I'm like, I got this. It's my confidence song. And then I rap the entire thing in my car and probably look like an idiot while I do it. Knowing Me, Knowing You by ABBA. I'm a big ABBA fan. And I think that was my first love of music was ABBA, and so it's such a fun breakup song. It's like, knowing me, knowing you, there is nothing we can do. Knowing me, knowing you, we just have to face it. This time we're through. Breaking up is never easy, I know, but I have to go. Knowing me, knowing you, it's the best I can do.
Knowing me, knowing you, it's the best I can do.
And it's kind of got such a fun, like, almost poppy vibe to it, and she's just like, it's over, and, like, this is what we've got to deal with, and let's move on, because this is who we are. This is what happened to us, and Sometimes I really love the idea of like the sadness of the lyrics, but the juxtaposition being so different that the first time you hear it, it's almost just like a really fun song, similar to the Finneas song I shared. And then when you really dive in, there's such a story behind it, and it's such a complex feeling of like being happy to move on and to try a new part of your life, which I think the actual music sound plays on really well. But then the lyrics being like, yeah, breaking up is never easy and it's sad, but I have to go. ABBA was one of my first loves of music as a kid. You know, I knew every lyric to every ABBA song at the age of like 4 years old. And every time I turn it on, I think of how much fun I had listening to it. And it was something I always turn on, especially when I'm sad and I don't want to be, I'll turn ABBA on. Or if I'm sad and I want to be, I'll turn ABBA on. ABBA is for all moods and every mood. ABBA is just the best. Thanks so much, Teen Vogue. I hope everyone is staying safe. And this was the playlist of my life.